In this video, we jump into the power of the brain, using social media in a smart way, and being present in a digital age. Hi, my name is Anthony.
My name is Azalea.
And together we're
Del Santos!
This is the third part of our interview with Luana for our series Expert Next Door, and I hope you enjoy it. So, without further ado, we'll jump into the interview.
Is not my thoughts, somebody else's. So
yes, it is very true. Our brain, it picks things like really quickly, and we think it is very powerful, but at the same time, it's very fragile. So it is just like music. When you listen to a music and you just like, I hate this music, but 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, you're singing that song, because it is what your brain is picking. It's all of that information. It's a computer that we really have to be careful with how we are fitting our what kind of information we're allowing ourselves to access. So sometimes I really block. I don't watch TV. That was that was one of the first things I kind of did, and that was big. Because I was just like, you know what? I'm really going to manipulate what kind of information I want to consume, And regarding to social media, Instagram has a great little feature that is a timer of how much time you spend in the platform. So I set up for 30 minutes. Yeah, so I just like, I scroll it, I like few pictures, just, and when the timer is up, the time it's up. I don't spend more than that. But 30 minutes, it's basically the post that I am just like creating, putting in my own my own page, or just answering, just interacting with people, just DMing, like sending messages to whoever, to my friends. So that's a great feature. I would recommend everybody to do it, and limit yourself, limit the kind of information you're putting in your brain, because you're not going to, you don't have control. It just your brain just absorbs that.
It's an interesting thing with what I think about, like when you think of successful habits, it's repetition, right? And with social media, we just repetition, and it's just reinforcing.
Sometimes I caught myself just scrolling. I'm not even looking. I'm just like, and I'm like,
I know. And what am I looking at, right? And we don't read. So I filter a lot. I just like, whenever I don't have I'm not seeing posts that I like. So I unfollow the person, or if I don't want to unfollow it, it's a person that it's my friend, I don't want it to unfollow. I'm just not going to block the person. I'm just not going to make the person's post available in my feed. Yeah. And what I do, I just started following hashtags, like meditation, corrective exercises. So in my feed, basically what I'm getting, it is those that information. So that's how I am manipulating the information that I'm collecting. So it's basically like getting the notifications of the YouTube channels that I like, So that is the manipulation on my part.
And I think it's something people should do, especially if they don't have control of. A lot of people are addicted to a lot of things, and people can be addicted to social media and they don't see it that. And even just trying it like 30 minutes a day, and if they can't do 30 minutes, then they can see that they have a problem.
Yeah, no, it is becoming a huge problem. But and people, we are not. A lot of people, they don't see this coming. They don't feel, because it is so addicting. There is this, all of this Facebook, Instagram, they understand how the brain works, and they're playing with that. And if we don't wake up for, wow, I'm being manipulated, it's like, It is not that I'm not saying there's like you should not be in those platforms. You should. That's the way that I interact with my friends back in Brazil. But it's just like, you know what? I'm going to learn this tool. I'm going to learn this platform so I can just use in my favor. Which they are great platforms. If you really set this goal for these platforms, so yeah, so you're winning. In because they might manipulate you to in favor for you to consume, to buy products, to feel in a certain way. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do the reverse psychology, and I'm going to manipulate in a way that is going to benefit me. And they're allowing that, they and actually they're going to give you more of what you allow them to give you according to your future. So I would recommend to everybody to start filtering whatever they're consuming.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And seeing, because visual, that's why Instagram it's so addicting, because it's visual. We are visual, and it's especially the beautiful pictures, and everybody just posts like the best looks, and that's why there are filters, right? And it's like you can just change your whole thing, like sometimes you just you look pictures of your friends, just like, who's this person? There's so many retouches. It's like, oh, is that you? So yeah, we just need to be more aware of what is going on, and not be so much of a little toy. It's these platforms are powerful, and the moment you understand how to use them, you guys know, it's just like, you guys know how to use in your favor, who you listen to, who you're falling to. Yeah. If a person is not giving, it's not bringing the information that it's kind of going to be good for you, just hide that information. Just really hide, because your brain is going to pick. Don't make yourself believe that you are in control of everything all the time, because we are not. We have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind, it's way more powerful than the conscious mind. If we and you are just going to get the proof of that, it's just like, try to control your heartbeat and breathe at the same time, and just like make sure your muscles are moving consciously. Can you do that? Hell no. If you are trying to just like control your heartbeat and your breathing pattern at the same time, if we have the power to do that, everybody would be just like dead, gone, done. So the subconscious mind, God is just like so powerful. So that's the role of the subconscious mind. It's everything. It's working, and we don't know that it's working, but it is working. We don't have the control of that. If we had control of everything all the time, we would fail. So, but in the things that we have the control, just try. So don't believe that you're not going to be manipulated by these platforms, because we are all the time. Yeah. But you can get the power back and filter the information. That's it.
Yeah. For me, I'm spending a lot more time in YouTube, but Instagram was always for me not something that I really got addicted to it. Like, I'll post something and then I won't post.
You don't usually like social media in general, so
I guess I got lucky.
You don't like technology in general.
Yeah, I got lucky, I guess. But so for me, it's easy to leave my phone. It's so easy to leave it somewhere that I lose my phone so much. People will text me and I don't reply for 3 days because I have my phone on silence all the time, because I hate when my phone rings or this and a lot. Anthony laughs at me because I'm like, oh my God, what is that? He's like, is your phone ringing? Somebody's calling you. And I'm like, oh.
I know. That's a good thing, because you're detached from that. You're not dependent of, and then that's a beautiful thing, because right now we are in an age that everybody is extremely attached to the phone. If we lose our phone, it's just like, it's almost like we lost our life. We lost everything. So it's actually, you can see like I try to reframe and see the good thing of our own patterns. So, and you can just make the own judgment. It's something that it is good for me or it's not good for me. So
I don't remember
it
where
is
the quote is from, but it's a pretty good. Man makes the tool, and tool makes the man. So you have to be mindful of how it's impacting you and influencing you, because at the end of the day, you want it. Like we kind of talked about earlier, you want to be responsible for yourself and the actions you take. So definitely leverage the tools in positive ways, but don't let it take advantage of you.
Like
exactly.
I love WhatsApp. I'm sure you have it, Luana.
Yes, I do.
Family. So I talk to my sister and my mom a lot, and we do FaceTime like on WhatsApp because my mom is in Mexico, my sister's in Texas. So I love talking to the kids, and for that, like like when they call me, I always answer. And if they're like, "Oh, I'm busy. I'm actually doing this. I'm doing that," but I don't want to miss that opportunity. And that's the thing. The reason why I leave my phone over there, because I don't want to miss out on what's really happening. And it's like I'm going to spend time with my husband. I want to enjoy our meal. I want to enjoy my friends. Like right now, talking to you, I'm putting my phone away because it's not fair to you. It's not fair to him to now be present and be
Exactly.
going and be like, oh yeah, and not really,
Yeah, horrible.
And I don't want to do that because I find your time valuable, and I'm grateful that you're here talking to us, and I want to give you that respect.
Yes, exactly. And we are kind of missing a little bit of that. The phone, it's a new thing, 10 years ago, it was completely different, how we were doing. We were actually interacting. We were in the present with people. 20 years ago, you didn't have the text message to find where people were GPS to find people, but you're finding people, just like, like for my kid, I was just like, this is what Grammy used to do. She would just like schedule with someone. And it's just like, how did she do that? But yeah, that was our life not too long ago. And I think it's great that you guys are doing this, because that's how in this quarantine we are seeing so many cases of domestic violence, because the couples, families, they are not talking. The teenagers, they're so in their phone. The kids are so much in their phone that they're engaging. They have this picture of reality that it's not real.
Yeah.
But when you just put this little tool, which is extremely useful, but you just really honor what really matters in life, which is what you guys have right now. We cannot miss that. We cannot lose this. This is something that and it's you just have to do this. I have my case here. You just have to either turn off or just put on the side, and really disconnect. When it's time to disconnect and connect with what really matters, what is in front of you. And I really want to acknowledge you guys for doing that. So you're going to answer the person when you have the opportunity to answer, and nobody just like it's going to be upset because you reply the text message a few minutes later. In the past with letters, and it would just took like a month to the person to get that message. So you're lucky that you got my message, my reply, like a few hours later, so it is just like that we have this everything super fast. In the United States, it's a country that it's super strong, fast. If you people like right away, oh my gosh, that's the end of the world. No, it's not. So I want to acknowledge you guys for being present and just give you guys each other attention and love and interaction. That's everybody should follow you guys' example.
We've had great mentors in our life.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of people that for me, I'm what's it called? I'm a romantic. I love romantic music. I love romantic stories. And I have heard like people, like some of our close family and friends that they've been together since teenagers, to like older, to like really old age. And I'm like, oh my God, like, and I asked them like, so what's the secret? And they all say the same thing. They all say communicating, appreciating each other, and never forgetting why they fell in love with each other in the first place. And it's something that we done simply without even thinking about it. It's like, hey, remember when we first started dating? Oh, remember when we did this? But luckily for us, we married each other and we were best friends before we even started dating.
Yeah.
So it's easier, you know, we were comfortable with each other already. And so I just think about it all the time, like all the mentors that we had. And I guess if you have somebody to look up to, it kind of helps too, because it's like if they did it, you know that you could do it too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, but this is actually very special what you guys are just tapping into about the mentors. You guys are selecting the equal mentors. The the problem that I see that it's happening a lot too, just like when we are so in couples and kids are so into their phones, it is like they're following a few people, right? Therefore, they're getting that kind of influence. That's why they're called, those people are called influencers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're paid a lot of money to influence whoever is watching them. And what happens, like, when, because you have your phone, it's your phone, you are selecting the content, therefore you're selecting your influencers. So Azalea influencer might be completely different than yours. So you guys are getting completely different messages, and you guys are being influenced by different mentors.
Yeah.
One person is saying X and the other person is saying Y. So when you guys are trying to get some time together, it is going to create conflict, because Azalea has in the back of her mind the influence, the message of the influencer X told her, because this is just like, okay, it's a virtual world, but we are having conversations, right?
Yeah.
And you had the mentor, whatever X, saying this to you, telling this story, and they're completely different people with different stories. But when you guys are listening to the same mentor, the same people, you guys are having the same conversation.
Yeah.
It is not different. It's not messages coming from different, mentors. Like an example. So Azalea listened a lot Grant Cardone, and you were going to, oh, it's him. So, but you were maybe listen a lot to Oprah, completely different mindsets. When you guys are going to have a conversation, sit down and have dinner together, and you Azalea, try to kind of bring a spiritual message. Grant Cardone doesn't have that spiritual thing. It's not that it's wrong. It is just we are being influenced by different messages. Right. But when you guys pick the same mentor, so the conversation is completely different. So you guys are speaking the same language. You guys are on the same page. So that makes life much easier too.
And I think when we introduce our personal mentors to each other, we're mindful of kind of their background. So like when I introduced Cardone, I was like, I'm not sure you're gonna like him, but just give him a minute. He has some good information.
Because I don't like salesmen, and Anthony knows that. So we go to a place and there's a person that is selling me something, so it's easy for me to say, "Oh no, thank you." And for Anthony, it's like he feels obligated to buy sometimes, and they'll look at him like, "Oh, but blah blah." Blah. No, I said no, thank you. And for me, it's easy. It's like I think about whatever I'm buying. Is it valuable? Do we need it? Do we have the money for it? Why would I use this? How long would I use it? And I think of all these things. And I feel like sometimes if I like the person, I might buy just because to help them and I like the person. But I'll say, make it clear with Anthony, I want to buy just to help them, or we don't really need it, or whatever. But when Grant Cardone, I was like, and then I was like, okay, he makes a lot of good points, and I started liking him because at least he was honest. Like he would tell you things that I was like, okay, he's being truthful about how salesmen do, and I already had the idea that that's why I didn't like them in the first place, because some of them are not honest. They just want to sell, sell, sell. It's not about you. Give me the money, right? But
Yes.
yeah, I didn't think about the other side, which is they have families too to take care of. So if they don't make a sale, they might not make enough money to pay for their bills. So I was like, okay, I get it. But I didn't know that side. So now I have more respect for salesmen because now I see the side of the hustle, like hustle that they have to provide for their family and people that they love. So it's not, if you focus on just the negative side of one thing, then you can develop like, I don't want nothing to do with it because it's bad. But I realized it's not bad. And I wouldn't have known that if Anthony weren't introduced me to it. And of course I have an open mind. I was like, I'll watch it, see if I like it. He already told me I might not. So I was like, probably won't. But I did like it. And we went to 10X and we had a blast. I met so many people and everybody was so...
You met your new favorite mentor at 10X. John Maxwell.
Yeah, John Maxwell. I love him. And it was just like, I was like, okay, I want to grow. I want to learn more. I was hooked. I was just like, I want to be the best person I can be. And, I think it all started with Grant.
Yeah.
Hi, I hope you guys liked that video. And if you did like it, we really appreciate a thumbs up. And subscribe for our future... Wait.
Yes, subscribe for sure. Don't wait, do it now. Subscribe now.
Subscribe. And don't forget to put the little bell so you guys know when we upload the next
Wow, I didn't know
video.
you knew what that was. You got to ring the bell because she knew what that was. Have a great weekend.
Bye.